So we want to wrap up Tuesday in this video. We forgot completely when we got in last night. We forgot to do a wrap up. So we're actually filming this on Wednesday. So you'll probably
it's Wednesday morning.
It's Wednesday morning. You'll probably see me in this blouse several times just because we forgot to record this last night. But we absolutely want to do a wrap up of yesterday. So we started out and we did
Sawgrass.
We did some reviews. So if you're wondering, where are you all, because a lot of people are, they want to know, why aren't you eating breakfast? And it doesn't seem like you're showing much food or whatever. People really want to know that. We've been doing reviews here before we head out because we bought some stuff that we can't take home. So, like ice cream. So yes, we are reviewing ice cream at breakfast time, but it's a good breakfast.
It's milk.
It's milk, yeah, it's milk. And we've had some strawberries, so I mean, we're getting some fruit. So anyway, so that's why you haven't seen us eat breakfast. But so we did our reviews, and then we headed out to
Sawgrass Grove.
Sawgrass Grove,
which is way down south.
Yes. They've built, there's a lot of houses around there. And
it's kind of a newer section.
It's a newer area, and this is the newest, like, entertainment
venue.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Brownwood, and it's kind of like the town squares, but it's not really a town square. To me, it's just different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went and we knew that nothing was going to be going on or open or anything like that. We just wanted to see it. We wanted to see what it looked like.
And show you all if you were interested in seeing what it looked like.
And so outside they have a really nice large place where there's seating. And
that's where they have their live entertainment at night too.
Right.
And that Sawgrass Grove usually has two sets of entertainment during the day. They have one in the afternoon and they have one in the evening, so they're a little different than all the other town squares.
Which I think's neat.
Yeah,
I think it's nice because it's almost like something's going on all day long, except for in the morning. It's
kind of like, if you think about it, the squares, the regular squares, are literally a square that they do music in the center, and they've got shops like around them. All three of them are kind of like that. This one's different. This one's kind of like, almost like a farmer's market kind of thing.
I agree.
It's kind of like you walk in and you've got this big open seating area where there's people playing live music, and you can sit down and eat or just sit down and enjoy it. They got a restaurant over on the right hand side, McGrady's,
yeah.
That's like a pub and restaurant, and on the other side they have like an open market that's got tons of seating on the inside.
Yes.
In the middle, and we showed that.
I did a video.
And they've got like little restaurants and little stores and stuff around the outside that you buy your stuff in, and you can stay inside and eat or whatever,
or take it outside and listen to the music. Yeah.
So it's different. It's a different vibe.
Yes, it is. The town squares, Kevin said town square. If you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, they have they have the gazebo in the middle, and it's like that. That's kind of like, that's the town square. It's really cool. I like the idea of that. But this is, it has
and there's just a big parking lot out front. So the squares, people are parking all around.
Right.
Whereas that one, you parked in a lot and you walked over to the actual venue area.
Right. I think it had a very relaxed vibe to it, though.
Yeah, like I said, it's more of a farmer's market kind of.
Right. So that really
But there was nothing hardly open. There was just a couple of coffee places and stuff like that.
Like I said, we knew that when we went.
Yeah, we knew we weren't going to do anything there.
They do they have like boozy bingo, and so they'll, from what I've seen, they'll play like a part of a song, a snippet,
or a movie, and
you'll have to find it on your bingo card, which I love.
Yeah. They did say though, if you didn't know the answer, they would give you the answer, so you didn't have to know the answer.
Right. But
I'd say they give you a little.
Fun.
I'd say they give you a little time, like they'll play it.
Right.
And they give you a little time. What do you think it is? And kind of like what we were doing for trivia and stuff.
Right. Yeah, like on the cruise.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a lot of fun. So, but it was nice to get to see it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different eating options in there for different tastes. They have a butcher shop.
Yeah, they had a butcher shop where you can actually buy meat.
Yes, yes.
And a farmer's, like a grocery,
Yes.
like a produce area where you can buy
Right.
produce and stuff too.
Yes, it had some beautiful looking salads and stuff like that in there. So then, what did we do after?
We left
Were
there.
we hungry?
Yeah, we knew we were already kind of hungry, but we knew we were going up to Lake Sumner Landing anyway.
Right.
Because we hadn't spent any time there at all.
Right.
We kind of drove by it, and we went to Winn-Dixie there, and that was it. That's
Right.
the only thing we had
Right,
done.
yeah.
So we knew we were going to go to Lake Sumner, so we did that. That's a longer drive. So to go from where we're at down to Sawgrass was only about 40 minutes. But then to go from Sawgrass, which is kind of like down, to go there all the way up to Lake Sumner, it was about an hour and 15 minutes, I think. But it
But we
still
didn't
wasn't a
mind.
bad drive. It really is. It just seems different in the golf cart.
Yes, and it's so pretty, and
Yeah,
it's so
you got a nice breeze
everything's so
going.
green,
Yeah.
and
There aren't people on the road trying to pressure you into passing and all that. You don't get all that driving, like,
angst.
yeah, you're not all tensed up while you're
Right,
driving. So
right,
it's pretty,
yeah.
just the fact that Tammy's not a good passenger, she isn't, on the road. You've
I've
been fine with the
I've
golf
been
cart, haven't you?
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I've been completely fine.
And she'll call out things like, you got to merge up here just to make sure I see it, because I'm not
Right.
used to looking at the signs either. And I'm kind
Right.
of trying to look at my phone at the same time.
No, I have thoroughly enjoyed the golf cart,
it's been
and
fun.
I wish that was
A thing more often.
A thing where we lived.
Yeah.
I wish it was a thing where we lived in Kentucky. Now you can have golf carts in our
You
area,
can't have street legal golf carts. They're
But-
a little bit beefier.
but I think
You're only allowed in certain areas.
yes,
too,
you're only
in
allowed
the
like in neighborhoods, because neighborhoods you're only supposed to go 25 anyway.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to have golf carts in the neighborhoods, but then you're not allowed like you
On the main streets.
Yeah, so like you wouldn't be able to go from the neighborhood over to like Kroger or Walmart, because you have to cross a main
highway.
main road to get there. So you could have one and you could ride it
It
around in
wouldn't
the
be much
neighborhood.
fun. I mean, unless you're just literally doing it for the ride.
For the
That's
ride.
silly.
Yeah, and
Why
yeah.
spend $12,000 on a golf cart when you're going to drive around the neighborhood? That would be,
12,000 probably minimum.
that'd be a bare minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah.
But we were hungry.
Yeah, so we went to Lake Sumner. It's nice drive. We were gonna go to Johnny Rockets because Tammy's never been to Johnny Rockets. I hadn't either, and it's a fast food place, but they always seem like they had pretty good burgers and
I
stuff.
did an intro for the video.
Yeah.
I did the intro.
We walked in.
We
We're waiting
walked
to be
in.
seated.
We waited to be seated. I showed you the inside, what it looked like.
That was the first problem, though. We were waiting to be seated.
I was excited to
Yeah.
eat in this place. So today we are going to eat at Johnny Rockets. We have never eaten here before. They've had one in Las Vegas. They had one on the cruise ship, and we didn't go there. So we're gonna go there today. So it looks like an old-fashioned diner in here. It has a really cool floor, retro furniture. I love the bar seating. And I like the 50s music they're playing too. They have one in Las Vegas that we could have went to, and I think you did have something with Dad from there.
I might have.
But me and Ashley had.
Oh, we did. I did go to Johnny Rockets with your dad.
Ashley and I
She's
had
right.
Earl of Sandwich.
Yes, and me and your dad.
You
Yeah,
had something.
We ate Johnny Rockets. I'm almost positive. it
Okay,
was.
and then so I didn't eat Johnny Rockets then. And then they had Johnny Rockets on the cruise that we went on Royal Caribbean, and I don't know why we never ate it there.
Because our food was
got
already
free
paid
food.
for.
Yeah, we got free food.
Why would you not go to the buffet? Why would I spend extra money to go to a place?
Yeah, and I can get what I can pick. I can pick whatever I want
Get a burger
on
if
the
you want
buffet. Yeah, or I could eat all sweet stuff if I want to
Yeah.
off the buffet.
So that's why we never did.
Yeah.
Why pay extra when it was already supplied to us?
So we went in Johnny Rockets, and she told us to wait for a second, and because
we were waiting.
wait to be seated.
And we waited.
So we're waiting, and then all of a sudden, I'm starting.
Well, no. And yeah, that's true. We did start smelling this.
We started smelling something.
Yeah, like something was burning. I said,
Yeah.
it smells like somebody burnt some bread.
Burnt some toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
And then, so we're smelling this, and then we look over and like smoke starting to come out of this. I'm assuming they're toasting the buns for your burgers.
Yeah.
But after we stood there for like 2 or 3 minutes, and the woman that said, "I'll be right with you to seat you," she walked up to the stand, grabbed 2 menus, and then walked outside.
She took them to somebody else.
They gave them to people that sat outside, and it's like, You know, all you gotta do is get us to a table.
Yeah, all we wanted was for her to take us to be seated.
And let us look at the menu and stuff.
So
we stood there for 5 minutes.
The longer we stood in there, the more the smoke started billowing.
Oh, it was pouring out there.
And yeah, they were not controlling that. And so this smell was all throughout here. I said, are you even going to be able to eat with this strong burnt? I mean, it was burnt toast. And then we had stood there for so long, it's like, I said, I think this is a sign that we need to leave.
So we left.
If it's taken this long, and you said you looked over at 2 men that were sitting there.
Yeah, and they hadn't got their food.
And they hadn't gotten any food.
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we went to City Fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's kind of dark in there.
Yeah, well, I think we probably would have preferred to sit outside, honestly.
If we had known.
Yeah,
if we had known how dark it was in there.
It's kind of like a pub. It's almost like a bar atmosphere inside.
Yes,
it's very dark.
It's dark, and then
the booths, you're just like shoved right up to the table.
That's what I was going to say. We made the mistake of saying, because we love a booth. We think it's cozier, and we sit across from each other, and we can look at each other and talk. And yeah, the mistake we made was asking for that booth because I'm not a huge person, and I mean we were right. It was close,
yeah.
And you're sitting. The seats are way low, and then the tables are a little high,
yeah.
So you're having to reach up.
It was a little weird.
But then the plates that they give you when they bring you the plates,
they're just barely big enough to hold the food.
Yeah, so there's no room. Like I wish the plate had been a little bigger because if I want to move stuff around on the plate a little bit. Or one of my biggest pet peeves is I don't like to set my silverware on the table. And my dad has an issue with that too. He told me, he said, I hate that. So I don't want to set my silverware directly on the table. I want to be able to relax it on the plate or on something. The plate, really, it would be the best option. The plate wasn't big enough to even put your silverware, really.
Yeah.
But now the food.
The food was okay.
The food was okay. Yeah.
If I went back again, I wouldn't get the same things I got.
Right.
I might try something else, but it's not a place I'm desperate to go visit again.
Right.
It was just okay food.
It was okay.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was just okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Like we went to Cody's, and we both was like, oh, we would go back there. I would eat there today.
Yeah, I would too.
But City Fire would be like, really no reason to go there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to go back to City Fire again. And it gets really, really busy at night.
They may be mowing around us. So.
Oh, I was going to say, what is that noise?
Yeah,
we haven't heard that.
I see a mower.
Oh, they're mowing our yard.
So they may mow over here too. I don't know.
Okay. I'm like, what? We haven't heard that yet. But I don't.
But the food was good.
A lot of times people do reviews of places, and they give you all glowing remarks and stuff like that. Well, I want you to know the reality.
We're always honest.
I want to be very, very honest, and I want you to know what you're getting into. It is a darker atmosphere.
Yeah. Sit outside if you can.
The music was kind of gloomy on the inside.
Slow and like depressing.
It was kind of depressing.
It was that 60s and 70s really slow, depressing music.
It was like the
the Carpenters.
Like I Love You music, which I like the Carpenters, but it's like the I Love You music, but then I'm pining for you music.
Yeah, that kind of music. Yeah.
Very slow and stuff that you don't hear like on the radio. So it was kind of dark and kind of gloomy. And then we were really close to the table, so you couldn't move.
And when people sit behind you, it would push your seat.
Yeah, you could feel them in the booth behind you.
Back.
And so anyway, but that's not about the food. The food was okay.
Yeah. Just sit outside at a table. Or sit at a regular table. Don't sit in a booth.
So then we
basically wanted to do the boat ride, which started at 4.
Right.
So we were going to be around. We needed to waste time, basically. But we also hadn't walked around that square yet, so we wanted to spend time.
So I wanted
around.
to film. I wanted to walk around, and so but we did have time to kill until 4 o'clock too. But we would have looked around anyway.
We would have walked around anyway. We probably wouldn't have went to inside some of the places we went. Although I enjoyed going to the places.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah, because we went into like gift stores kind of places.
I like a gift shop. Now when we're on vacation with Ashley likes to go in clothing stores.
Yeah, she likes to see the different
the
clothes.
boutiques. When she sees women's clothing and it's just women's clothing, that's where she wants to go.
Which is fine. We just don't go to them.
Yeah, I'm not looking for clothes. I know I'm not going to buy any clothes while I'm here. So we went in a gift shop. We went in several gift shops. We went in one that was food. A taste of
olives.
olives.
Yeah, it was olives. And it was all
And-
olive oil and like.
But they did have a lot of
fancy
brands that we had
crackers
tried
and
too.
stuff like that,
Yeah, they had brands that
They
we
have
tried.
olive oil. Like I've never seen so much olive oil in my life.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could have that many different
So
flavors
that was
of olive
fun
oil.
to go in there.
Yeah, we didn't buy anything there, of course, but it was neat to look.
But we went in several gift shops.
We went to one that was like a more of an intimate gift, not intimate apparel, but intimate like small gift shop. The one that
Yes.
had they had a lot of stuff for like grandparents to buy their grandkids.
Is that the
Like-
one that had the Vera Bradley section?
No, that was the
No, that was
Hallmark
the big one. That was like a
No,
Hallmark.
I'm talking about the small one that had like the books with the names on them and a bunch of little kids' toys and
yeah.
little jewelry with like little dogs and dolphins.
That
and-
one to me was truly like a tourist thing.
Yeah, it was almost like a tourist souvenir shop.
Like a souvenir shop.
Yeah,
that
but it was like
a-
jewelry and stuffed
I
animals.
forgot about
and-
that
Yeah,
one.
well, we just did a loop, and they were
Yeah.
selling cookies and stuff in the back.
Yeah, but that was truly like a
Yeah.
tourist
You wouldn't
shop.
Have, yeah, but you wouldn't have known they had ice cream and
Cookies
in the back from looking at the
It was
outside.
hidden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have never known that. But it was neat walking through there.
And then we went through the gift shops, and like one we said was like Hallmark.
Yeah,
And
I think it was a Hallmark.
I brought
'cause-
this to show to you. I bought this. I'm going to give it to Amelia. They don't watch these videos. I'm going to give this to Amelia in her stocking. This, I said it during the video, is the Barbie dream house that I had growing up in the 80s. And a couple years ago, I bought one for her, and I bought the furniture and everything. And so she has it. And I saw this years ago at Jungle Gems International Market, and I didn't buy it, and I've regretted it ever since not buying it. And they had it, and it was $10, and that's the normal price that these should cost you is $10.
Yeah.
But I thought, how cute for her to have a model of the house
In the house.
inside the house. Yeah.
It says it comes with stuff. What does it come with?
It comes with it. No, it says collect them all.
No, we're here. It says include.
Includes 2 sheets of removable room decor stickers.
Stickers, okay. Because you look on
Oh.
here and it's got like a couch or something like that. And I was wondering how they did
and
that.
you can
Stickers.
remove them so
Okay.
you can change the rooms.
Yeah.
Out. But we got the
Malibu.
Totally Hair Barbie.
Totally hair.
But they have a Malibu Barbie and a Malibu Ken.
Don't you got totally hair? I don't remember that one.
Yeah, her long hair.
Could you
no.
cut it?
No,
Was it made to cut?
I don't think so. I don't think you
Maybe
could
by
cut them.
Barbie.
But anyway, I was thrilled to death to find that.
That was
That's-
actually a big store. It was, but
It
like
was
I said, I'm
huge.
almost positive it was a Hallmark store because it was half of it was cards and stuff.
It had a lot of
A lot of gift
cards.
stuff.
It had a whole Vera Bradley section.
What's those bags?
Bog bags.
Ball bags. They had a bunch of those.
Those animals that Ashley likes.
Oh,
Jellycat.
Jellycat. They had a bunch of
Jellycat.
those.
They had those.
Toys for kids.
They
That's
had
neat.
candles.
Yeah.
It was a really, and they had food.
Yeah.
They had food in there too. It was a really fun store to go
Went to a
in.
chocolate shop.
Yeah, it was called Peter Brook.
Yeah, I think that was.
Peter Brook Chocolates, and we did a review right in front of their
Yeah,
shop,
we don't know how good it's going to be.
right on the street.
I told Danny, I said, who cares? They don't care.
Well, the video, if you watch it, I don't know when it'll come out, but it's going to be tilted. It'll
Well,
probably come
I was
out
trying to
after
get
this.
both of us in there, and I'm trying to hold it, and I'm trying to get both of our faces in there.
I don't know if
It's
it'll
just-
come out before or after. I don't know how I'm going to do the videos,
Yeah.
but anyway.
We did
so
a street review.
we did a street review of Peter Brook.
Yeah.
And then
We just basically walked.
we walked. They have a pier,
Yeah.
and we walked along the
Yeah.
pier.
Went out there next to the lake.
Barnes and Noble.
We went to Barnes and
We
Noble. They
went
have a
to
big
Barnes-
Barnes and
they
Noble.
have
Well,
huge-
it
well,
seemed big.
It seemed big. It might have been bigger than ours.
Yeah. We got a Coke. I was dying of thirst. so I
But they
got a
had the
Coke.
same kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's the same books and
So
art
the
stuff.
only thing we bought was a Coke.
yeah.
But they have a lot of those puzzles Ashley likes, the Ravensburger
They had a big
puzzles.
section of games and stuff too.
They had a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So
yeah.
I sent Gavin, our grandson, I sent him a Marco, and I showed him all the Dungeons and Dragons. They had
Pop-Bombs.
tons of Lego.
And Legos. They had a bunch
Lots
of
and
stuff.
lots of Lego.
Yeah, that was a nice store. That was a really nice.
yeah.
Store. I like it almost better than ours because it was really high ceilings, and because it could have been a 2-level store. It's how big it was, but
Yeah.
instead they just left it all open at the top,
Yeah.
and it was just a really big,
open
room.
space. Yeah.
Whereas ours seems to be a little more
Closed in.
closed in. Stuff seems to be closer together. Like the
Yeah.
shelves seem to be like packed in more. It may not be, but it seems that way.
Right. But it was nice.
And I think that's when we walked across they have like these little bridges you walk across We walked back across and went to
The lighthouse.
haagen-dazs.
Oh, we went. That's right. We went to haagen-dazs.
Yeah, we got some ice cream.
We got some ice cream. Yeah. I picked out 2 kinds of
Yeah,
ice
but
cream.
she got small cups.
And then Kevin got his.
Some salted caramel.
And we didn't review it because we've reviewed Haagen-Dazs. I got rum raisin, which we've reviewed. I got pineapple coconut. We've reviewed.
Mine was something they don't sell except
in the
in
store.
stores.
Yeah,
No.
they only
It was
sell
a
it at the
salted-
shop.
Salted caramel chocolate truffle or something
It was
like that.
good. It was very rich.
Yeah, that's very good.
Very
Yeah, it was.
heavy. Yeah.
Then we just walked for a bit, walked down to the lighthouse, and just walked around basically until.
Then it was basically time to walk back.
And then we went to the boat ride.
The boat ride. The boat ride, you need cash.
Yeah, it's $3 a piece.
$3 a piece. And
Don't know that it's worth $3 a piece. Honestly, it's worth, I guess, doing once.
It's a 20-minute boat ride. That's
It's literally they go around this little lake and come back. And
It's 20 minutes. If they ever started charging more than $3 a piece,
definitely would never.
I would not do it.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the view from a different perspective. It's nice to be out on the water.
Yeah. That's about it though.
But that's it.
I mean, they were funny. The stories and stuff he was telling was funny.
But honestly, you really don't see much different out on the water. A lot of times, like if you're going to London, you're on the water, you're seeing a whole different perspective.
View, yeah.
Really out there, if you've stood on the end of that pier, you've pretty much seen it. Yeah, there's nothing else.
He was pointing out some birds and stuff that they had in the area.
He also said, I thought this was fascinating. He said there's like 31 houses in the villages that are 2-story.
Yeah, everything else is single story.
Everything else is single story, but I didn't know there were any 2-story houses.
Yeah, he showed us too, right there on the lake.
Yeah, right there on the lake. So I thought that was really interesting.
It was funny. It was kind of like one of the, you do the safari ride at Disney. It's kind of like that. He was just telling stories and stuff. And it's all made up stories. None of it's real.
No.
Like in 18 something, such and such and such and such.
Right.
And it's like none of that's real.
Right.
Because the lake itself is man-made. It's not even, the lake wasn't even around 30 years ago.
Exactly.
So it's funny.
So
but that was good. I mean, it was fun to do once.
Yes.
Once you've done it, you've done it. It's no reason to ever do it again.
Yeah, you don't need to ever do it again. But it was nice.
Yeah.
Then we came back.
Then we headed back. Yeah, but it was 4:30 or so.
Yeah. And then we went to, we came back. I fixed my hair again. But that's why my hair is back right now because, like I said, we're filming this on the next day. And so we're getting ready to go out. And so I've learned I have to pin my hair back. My hair, even with all the hairspray I use, it will be everywhere. And so
wind from the golf cart's pretty fierce.
It's best to pull it back. Now my bangs will go all over the place, but I can just sweep them back to the side once we get where we're going. But then we went to
Brownwood.
We went to the square, and we listened to the music, And so if you're a YouTube member or you're a Patreon member, I posted videos. I've posted videos of the music, and I actually leave their music in it because it's not monetized.
Yeah. Bad thing is Patreon will still mute it sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if the people on Patreon are getting to hear the music or not. You'll have to let me know. I have no idea if you're getting to hear that music or not. But
because it seemed like one time we looked back at it and it wasn't playing any.
I'm not sure though, but I know YouTube members definitely get to hear the music, and I try to keep those videos like a minute or under because I'm sitting there uploading this while we're sitting there watching it live. But I posted pictures for those members, pictures for everybody. So hopefully, if you're one of those members, hopefully you have found that worthwhile. I will say for Patreon, I don't know why, but sometimes I'll want to upload a video or...
It'll say it uploaded, but then it may not show up for hours.
And Patreon, honestly, isn't Patreon better for me financially?
Yeah, you get more of it.
I get more of Patreon. So if I've had people donate money to me, and people have gone through YouTube.
The thanks or whatever.
YouTube takes, how much of that?
It was like 20 or 30%.
Yeah.
It was something.
YouTube would take 20 or 30% of the money. There is a link below this video, and it's...
Yeah, there's different ways. Patreon is more of a monthly support thing.
Yes.
Whereas you just sign up for $3 or whatever.
But if you want to give a one-time
there's a donation link that you can click on.
And we get to keep more of that.
Like 90% of it.
Yeah,
or even more, probably.
Yeah, so we get to keep more through that donation link, and it's below this video, than if you give it through YouTube. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, because YouTube keeps a certain portion of everything we make. So.
Yeah, but I've never really done anything like this on vacation, but I will absolutely do it from now on.
Yeah.
I will keep posting pictures and videos.
You've been trying to post stuff anyway of Des daily running around.
Yes, even before vacation. Yes, I make sure that I am posting for those people because they're really,
we appreciate your support.
Yeah.
So we want to give you something.
So I want to give you something to look at. Yeah, at least. And not that I appreciate everybody that watches these videos.
Yeah, even if you don't do any of that.
Just you watching, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. But we had a nice full day.
It was a nice day. Yeah, it was a lot of driving around, but I still enjoyed going where we went. So.
And Kevin's gotten so comfortable on the golf cart.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people will get behind you and you feel like a little pressure to go faster, but then I got to the point, it's like, you know what, this is
Kevin
fast as this thing goes.
Yeah, Kevin didn't care.
If they want to go around me, they can go around.
He didn't pull over. No.
Because at one time I would have probably pulled over and let them go around, but now it's like, you know what, that's their problem. If they want to go faster than me, we can hit these straight shots and there's plenty of room to go around.
Yeah.
Which they have sometimes, not very often though. Most of them they just stick around me.
No, I remember though one day, and
it was like the first day.
Somebody, Kevin said, "I want you to know I just got passed by an 80-year-old woman." Because she probably had a golf game or something to get to, and she needed to get going. She couldn't be behind this slower because Kevin puts that pedal to the floor.
It only goes so fast. They've got a governor on there. It limits the speed to a certain speed.
Yeah,
so.
I think they know that people that are coming for a visit aren't necessarily used to a golf cart, and they don't want you throwing yourself out of it. So that's what it is. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give this a thumbs up, and we will be back tomorrow with something completely new.
Mm-hmm.